There's always some good news and I guess some bad news when you have a conversation in life. So the good news first is that the spring weather is here, summertime around the corner. You can ditch the overcoats and the jeans and enjoy wearing some shorts. The bad news, of course, can be that if you did what most of us do and when you kind of overindulge in the wintertime and now you have a little bit of weight to lose, you got to pay the piper. So thank goodness Jack Silberman's here from InShape MD, and he's smiling because you know you can help us, right?
Yes, Julie, and I love helping people. I really, really do. And it's not hard. It's just a matter of making some short-term decisions to get you jump-started, and we can turn some things around.
You know, what happens, I guess, is that you're just living your everyday. Each of us is living our everyday. And so you're looking at yourself in the mirror every day and you don't see the subtle, slow changes.
Yeah.
And then you go to put on that pair of shorts from last spring and it doesn't feel so good.
Yes, you know, as a man, as you look at yourself straight in the mirror, sometimes you look okay.
Yes.
But as you catch yourself every once in a while, a glimpse as you're walking by a window or a mirror or something, you see sideways how much maybe you've increased your waistline. Mm-hmm. It's awakening.
Okay, so I had that conversation with someone just the other day, actually. So is the key, Jack, learning what your individual body's responses will be? Because within one family, one person can be sensitive to sugar and somebody else might be sensitive to dairy. Is that true?
Yeah, there is, and everybody's different. And so the main thing is finding out what really works for you and being consistent with it and intentional. The whole thing about, weight loss and exercise and good health is just finding a path, a pattern that you can follow, that the more you do it, that path starts opening up to be clearer and clearer and clearer until you're walking it on a regular basis.
I had a conversation with somebody just last night, actually, about something completely different, and her phrase was, we always talk about trusting the process.
Yes.
Eventually, you do it enough, it becomes muscle memory for you, right?
Yeah.
So that eating the apple as opposed to the ice cream is just what you do.
Yeah. Even in business, processes are everything. If you have your processes and your systems in place, you're going to be successful.
But part of what your success, I guess, is built on is the fact that what you're able to do at InShape MD is you speed up that process for people.
Yeah.
They're not 12 weeks in, 16 weeks in, and then seeing results.
Right. And gosh, that's so helpful to people when they can see some progress of something that they're doing themselves. It makes all the difference in the world. When you put all that effort in and you're exercising, you're trying to eat right, and you're seeing the scale sometimes even moving back the other way, it's so discouraging. So a quick jump start like that is really helpful. So
you see an average, you've done your studies, isn't it that the average monthly weight loss for men is somewhere between 20 and 30 pounds?
For just a standard diet typically for most people is 1 to 2 pounds a week.
But for what you do?
Oh, for what we do, actually a man can lose 30 to 45 pounds in the first month. A female loses 20 to 25 pounds.
And that's because of what? What are you doing that makes it so great?
So the accountability, the nutrition, the medical part, and of course the therapy that we use, which it's HCG, fast forwards that weight quickly. But the good thing about it is it fast forwards the weight we want to get rid of, the abnormal fat, not the muscle. So that's key because, a lot of times we get misunderstand. We're not so much over fat, we're under muscled, which is really important. So,
ooh, say that again.
Yeah, we're not over fat a lot of times, it's more we're under muscled. So the more muscle we can put on our bodies, the more we're gonna burn fat and keep fat off us.
So to that end, Jack, if someone's watching you, and maybe they don't have 75 or 100 pounds to lose, maybe they've got to lose 15 or 20, which is still a challenge.
Yes.
Can they come to you and get a customized plan but not necessarily include the HCG?
Absolutely, and you know this for people that you've met in your life, you could be skinny and still not be healthy or not be physically healthy. So muscle is important for everybody. It creates blood flow, and we talked about 50% of the people that will live to 85 will end up with Alzheimer's because they're not getting the blood flow to their body, and exercise is so important for that. And to exercise, you got to get your weight down. That's important.
When we sat down and I said, okay, Jack, what are we talking about today? And you didn't say, let's talk about getting people thin. You said, let's talk about getting people healthy.
Yeah.
Do you see it often that people do come into you and the weight does begin to come off, and so do their medications? They ditch them?
Yes, that's so great. And that's what I love about this. We attack weight loss, but weight loss I mean, almost resolve so many of these issues: blood pressure, sleep apnea, cholesterol issues, sugar diabetes, fatigue, depression, all those things. When you get your weight down, it turns so many of those things around. We want to learn how to live, not managing weight with medication or managing our lives with medication, but managing with nutrition and exercise. That should be our medicine.
Isn't it true, though, that so much of our dietary consumption is mentally driven? So what is part of the block for people is thinking, yeah, but I don't want to be restricted in what I eat. So do you work with people through that?
Yeah, and think about like all the occasions, the fun things you do in life. What is it surrounded by? Food. Yeah, so we we think that's what's a part of our life, and that is fun. And it's not that you should ever stop having those good times. You just have to minimize those and put all the good habits in place where they overtake the bad habits.
And are we sabotaging ourselves and don't know it? Are there people out there who are eating a salad 2 times a day or whatever, and they're not thinking about the hidden ingredients?
Oh, the big hidden ingredient, if there was one that I can share with everybody, it's sugar. And we don't realize how much sugar we have in our diet that are in almost everything. And we think we get around it with 0 this and 0 that, but sugar's killing us.
It is.
You can just start, if you could do nothing else but just get rid of the sugar in your body, you'll be so much better.
I'm so glad you're here today. So you can find him at InShape MD. I think that you even have people today who are prepared to answer the phones.
Yes,
and,
ma'am.
You're ready for the flood of calls that you're going to get. 475-5088 is their phone number. InShapeMDChattanooga.com. And please don't make any mistake. They're there to answer your call every day.
Thank you.
They just always see a bit of an influx on Mondays. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you, Julie.